Good day, everyone, and welcome to another segment on the bench. Today I'm going to tie up an easy Adams. This is just a nice little dry fly, very common pattern here, parachute style. I'll just show you a little technique, probably some little easier for some of you beginner tiers. Should be able to get this done quite easily. I'm going to start with a Temco size 14 dry fly hook. Pretty typical size. We're going to be using some 12-aught classic wax thread. It's just in white. That'll be fine. Any color, you won't really notice the thread color on this one. The tailing material, I'm going to be using some Cocktail Leon saddle. Very nice sheen to these tailing materials. You can buy just small little packs of this stuff too. You don't have to buy a whole saddle. The same thing with the Hackle and the parachute. I'm going to be using brown and grizzly mixed there to give me a Cree coloration. That's what the original Adams called for. The parachute post, I'm going to be using some Rainey's parachute posts. These are in 2 different sizes or 3 different sizes. We'll use a smaller one. And then the secret sauce here, I'm going to grab some of my Rainey's. This is Semperfly dry fly poly yarn. I've got a mottled purple here, but I'll be using the mottled gray, the mottled Adams. And this is floating yarn, so it makes it's a real game changer. So you can use all different colors. It's going to be really easy to work with. I sure was anxious to try that when they sent that to me, and I know a lot of times people have trouble dubbing or whatever the case may be, and I like the model coloration to it as well. I'll start my thread on the shank of the hook there, just to make sure it's not slippery, and then we'll come in with a little bit of this Cocktail Leon tailing material. Just catch that on. I'm coming at a 45. I can catch that right on. I come in behind for one more turn. That locks it right in behind on the shank. Come up 1/3 behind the eye. Get a good balance on that. Get this smaller Rainey's parachute post. That ties down nice and flat. It really works well for even a lot of real small flies. And then I'm going to finish that up with Solarez to tie everything together at the end here. So we'll get our mottled gray, our mottled Adams. Coming right to the rear here where I tie in. Make sure I get a catch. Make sure it's caught on there good. I'm going to come right to the post. I'm going to wrap that back. Make sure I get a little bit of a taper going here. Hand over hand that to the post. And tie it off. Okay, now when I take my dry fly saddles, I'm going to lay the brown and the grizzly together. Strip my fibers off. And if you're a little worried about those pulling out on you sometimes, another good thing is just get your hackles to the side and then cut a little bit of the hackle off there. It's a little bit rough, and you can lash them saddles that they won't pull out. A couple good turns there. Take my thread to the front. Just check the hackles are good and solid. And I'm just going to finish my thorax. Make sure that looks the way I want it. Check it again. A little bit of a taper going there. Looks good. A little bit of thicker thorax. Come a little narrower to the head again. So that looks pretty good. Now we'll just tie this off, finish this off at the front. Okay, now a simple way of doing parachutes that I've found I like to use. That's why the parachute post works so good. I can get some of my bone dry, solarized bone dry in here. Get a good dab on there. Don't want to run it into the body, but there it is. Now I'll get the hackles together. Get a couple turns. Get my torch on there. And that holds the hackle on nice. You don't have to tie that off. Get your thread in there. Point my needles in, or scissors in there to cut that off. Makes a nice, neat little hackle job right there for you. So there it is. Just an easy Adams. Nice one for you to try. Very generic dry fly. That's definitely one you want to tie. So have those materials. Go get them in your local shops and wish you all the best in the water. Thanks again for watching.